as far as the details are concerned, they have of course added a twist to this entire case. So let's go through the details as far as what exactly the actress has told the EOW. When it comes to the fan gifts and special favors, mobile phones, wherein the Apple's iPhone was of course gifted, is what we're learning. Then of course one backpack of Gucci was also gifted, as per what has been informed by Nora Fatehi. So these gifts of course and special favors were extended by Sukesh Chandrashekhar allegedly, as mentioned by Nora Fatehi. A BMW 520D luxury line car was also gifted by him to her in order to woo her, is what has been alleged so far. Birthday party wherein paid for 3-day Kochi bash. Sukesh Chandrashekhar also paid for this birthday party, and one expensive pouch was also gifted. So these are the list of gifts that we are tracking. As far as the statement from Nora Fatehi to Delhi police is concerned, a pair of branded shoes was also gifted. So this is not one, because previously we also heard that how same kind of luxurious gifts were also allegedly gifted by Sukesh Chandrashekhar to another accused in the case, that is Jacqueline Fernandez. But as far as Nora Fatehi's, this is the first statement that we are tracking in. First time the version which is coming in from the actress herself. A wristband, a branded wristband, was also gifted by Sukesh Chandrashekhar, pardon me, to Nora Fatehi. So yes, of course, these lists and the details are of course going to further accelerate the investigation in this matter.
Yeah, thanks very much for that. Swapnil, what do you make of this, entire detailing of the recording of the statements that have now been done? Because they say this is a testimony before court and to rather regard them as a victim in the case. But the statements and the recordings that we have been going through of both of the actors, is it possible to actually get brainwashed? That's the term that has been used by Jacqueline in her statement that has been recorded, to as per an individual who's ready to spend, lakhs and lakhs of amount of money to shower upon them with the luxury gifts, item and cars without even doing a thorough background check?
Amita, it's very hard for me to digest. You can make whatever statement you want to make to the police. And especially when you've come out with a defamation case, you can come out and make these kind of statements that I was being lavished with gifts and wooed with, lavish gifts, etc. Because he wanted me to be his girlfriend. I believe that this is an entire setup where I don't think that Nora Fatehi would be absolutely naive. If she is naive, then it's very hard for any court to digest, much less for any higher court as such. I believe that this is an orchestration for money laundering, and she is possibly complicit in this. Possibly, I'm not sure, but or for that matter, even Jacqueline Fernandez, because no one in his or her right frame of mind would accept these kind of gifts to such an extent. I can accept possibly one bag or possibly, one pouch, maybe after the show that, I've done the show or something of that sort. And this is the way you guys give us gifts, maybe reward us in kind, if not in not in a form of a paycheck or something, as our appearance fees or whatever. But all of these series and a slew of gifts, one after the other, does put a cloud of suspicion on all of these, on this entire statement as such. And this statement will be cross-examined. And this is the first hunch that any person, when faced with this kind of a thing, would get, Amita, that possibly this is, an entire scheme of money laundering. Because why would you want to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actresses and give them, all of them, so many gifts? And who is this Pinky Irani, and why is his wife also involved in this? I mean, what is this whole thing? I mean, I don't really understand. And sitting in jail, how is he able to manage all of these things and, deal in crores of rupees?
That's the point.
Deal in crores of rupees. It's not just lakhs, crores.
Yeah, that's the point. In fact, when it comes to cheating, not just actors, even high-profile individuals as such. Because Neelashish, what is being said as far as Jacqueline Fernandez in the case is concerned, accused by the Enforcement Directorate for enjoying the proceeds of crime from conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar. Neelashish. I guess he's unable to hear me. Neelashish, can you hear me? I guess not. But Swapnil, what do you make of that? When it comes to enjoying the proceeds of crime, this actually becomes the nail in the coffin as far as the actors here are concerned, because now they have been saying that they are should be treated as the victims in the case rather than the accused.
Well, that's one way of ingenuity of the lawyers who prepare these kind of documents and these affidavits when they come out and say that, look, I was a victim. I did not know, and I was completely taken for a ride, and I was completely swayed and swooned over these kind of lavish gifts and all of those things. But it's very hard when you're put in the cross-examination box to make believe any magistrate, for that matter, that whether you really did not know. And yes, Sukesh has been put behind bars for the proceeds of crime because it's money laundering case. And if you are also a party to that because of the fact that you are enjoying the proceeds of this crime, because I believe Sukesh Chandrashekhar's known income is something which does not match the amount of gifts or the kind of gifts that the man was splurging upon all these women. And why so many women? I mean, why, and how is his wife that is involved, Abhita? I mean, it just doesn't all add up. So you need to show, and money laundering cases are that where the burden of proof lies on you to show that my income was legitimate. And here, likewise, the burden of proof will be on Nora Fatehi and Jacqueline Fernandez that, look, we did not know and we were naive enough to fall for his trap, and we were literally swayed and, swooned over by him, etc. and all of those things, which is very, very hard for anybody to believe you can accept one gift.
When it comes to, actors, they have a life that, is quite lavish. They have to travel around a lot, and something that comes very, hard to maintain their lifestyle. But Neelashish, coming back to you on that, can the actors here be indicted, in particular Nora Fatehi, because she has been saying that gifts were received, but she never actually met Sukesh Chandrashekhar?
Well, yes, so given the manner in which she's given a statement, what she has said is that she had forwarded this number to her relative, as we were discussing, and all the communication that happened therein after was through him, through Bobby, and Pinky Irani was in touch. Of course, she maintains that she never met him, and in fact, even when she got to know was 7 months after the car that was given to Bobby was sold off, and all this had happened. In fact, the communication with regard to the offer that she could become his girlfriend and thereafter he would take care of her, all this had happened and transpired while she was in Dubai, is what she says. Now, as far as this case is concerned, the police, of course, are treating her as a witness in this case. Let's not forget, she's not an accused. This is the economic offences wing case of the Delhi police, wherein she is being treated as a witness. So if from here on in, there is more in the investigation wherein a further supplementary charge sheet is filed. We'll have to wait and watch whether the police treats any of these actresses who have, in fact, given their statements as an accused as well. But as of now, they claim that they have been duped, and the manner in which he operated is something that comes under the scanner. Of course, it's a very serious issue that all of them say in their statements that there was some sort of channel through which they were contacted, persistently contacted, showered.
Statement, because this is for the first time that the actor's account is now coming to the public domain. Nora Fatehi alleging that the conman promised her a big house and a luxurious lifestyle if only she agreed to his girlfriend. That is what is being pointed out by the actor here. Thanks very much, Swapnil, for your time. Shivya and Neelashish, to you as well. We'll be back.